I brought everybody on the ship. I had 162 grams on the back, 19,000 slaves, 18 bitches. 20 bars. Don't care about no lame rappers. Don't care about no lame actors. Evaporate brain matter. Really of the greatest slave master. Ain't nobody gonna be stopping this, taking over Gotham City with Metropolis. Dolo the Pilotman, Christ boss, bitch. I created the colonists. Don't care about no lame rappers. Don't care about no lame actors. Evaporate brain matter. Really of the greatest slave master. Ain't nobody gonna be stopping this, taking over Gotham City with Metropolis. Dolo the Pilotman, Christ boss, bitch. I created the colonists. Bitch, I'm a slave master, cause I'm attacking the tyrant. Fucking on Sarah, moving in a spaceship. I created the pilots and pilots. Something so wonderful, start a big riot. The Pilotman flew on the Thailand. With some ammunition and some contraband. The Pilotman flew for the Taliban. Flight off, let it kick your gas. To find me, you gon' need a different map. I flew planes to the UK, and the Pilotman flew for the diplomats. Flight off, in the air shit. I'm coming back on my inheritance. Native American, my heritage. You can catch an Indian in the arrogance. Like dogs, they turned into Aryans. Put a ram up on top of their arrogance. Now it's Targaryen, aka American merry-go-round that little Mary bitch. Now it's memorial, you can get buried in a cemetery full of pets. This ain't a horror movie when you start feeling that it's getting scary every step. Right on that chariot. Yeah, you worshiping everything sitting there. I'm about to take the shit. Everybody know that the ending is over hilarious. Just do your research, but you are fried. Everybody is Mr. Pretenders. I gotta wake the dead. The only Native American rapper that can take the stand. Yeah, don't care about no lame rappers. Don't care about no lame actors. Evaporate brain matter. Beauty of the greatest slave master. Ain't nobody gonna be stopping this, taking over Gotham City Metropolis. Dolo the Pilotman, fight boss, bitch. I created the colonists. Don't care about no lame rappers. Don't care about no lame actors. Evaporate brain matter. Yuri of the greatest slave master. Ain't nobody gonna be stopping this, taking over Gotham City Metropolis. Dolo the Pilotman, fight boss, bitch. I created the colonists. You better believe that I'm kinda scary. The royal archangel, Yuri out, someone don't look like all the sons of Mary, bringing everybody to the Holy Land. Nobody called it Turtle Island. That animal not even from America. All of y'all got that from a German pirate. Even the language so they heard me flying. Over the plains with the talking landscape. Get recommended like a mandate. God won't give you something that you can't take. You can handle it all by yourself. But you creating all them issues. You just ridiculous. I say Nicholas, cause you be waiting on a nickel. Nigga, that chump change. Yeah. You shouldn't shoot for the stars, you just shoot at the gun range. Yeah, you got no food in your corner, you dealing with gut pains. Yeah, you just a fool and you lost and you still got a butt brain. Me and your mother was just downstairs. I just be living the way they pretending, you know I can never be mundane. If I ain't gotta be a body, I still be in life, I just look like a sunplane. Becoming an atmosphere, look in the sky, I'm the one that they worship on Sunday. You're your angel of death when you come to the west, you can only go one way. Don't care about no lame rappers. Don't care about no lame actors. Evaporate brain matter. Yuri of the greatest slave master. Ain't nobody gonna be stopping this, taking over Gotham City Metropolis. Dolo the Pilotman, Christ boss, bitch. I created the colonists. Don't care about no lame rappers. Don't care about no lame actors. Evaporate brain matter. Yuri of the greatest slave master. Ain't nobody gonna be stopping this, taking over Gotham City Metropolis. Dolo the Pilotman, Christ boss, bitch. I created the colonists.
Oh, follow that bitch. All right, let's check this out. Check it out. Gotta make sense out of circumstances and situations once again. Well, I'm saying, because look, it's always public opinion, so it's always going to count on us for anything to be in its right circumstance, perception, and since it's public opinion, we can't be counting on people to be in charge of something if it's really just based on us in the first place. So we got to peak game, because like we got to understand who funding what. Who funding what? When we get to the Tory Lane case and things of that nature, let's get this clear and direct. Who had that footage that long? Same way who got the footage, P.Diddy that long and stuff like that. We don't allow nobody to throw no rocks and hide no hands. The feds had that footage. I'm saying, so we got a whole court system that don't even consider all evidence due to the fact of other purposes. We got to understand, what is these other purposes? Is it racism? Is it hateism? Is it involved in business and stuff like that? Because that even gets us into understanding clearly this bullshit ass P. Diddy case. This is a waste of our goddamn tax dollars. You know what I'm saying? If I pay for a cell phone bill and I see my whole algorithm flooded with a whole bunch of wasting of court time and stuff like that ain't talking about no court case, then I got to consider who making money. This is a scam. It ain't got nothing to do with no court or no law. And if we is talking about a law or something like that, man, this law ain't really a law. It's somebody's game. This is somebody's game. Y'all need to understand that. When the Americans first came over here, that was a gang. They just brought a lot of foreigners over here, and it looked like some government police force and sergeant, but military. But at this point, it's so many foreigners and so many people that was already over here. 90% of the people in the police force and the military are your aunties, uncles, nieces, nephews. Ain't nobody about to be sitting around trying to harm their own people. So we got like a small pocket that then evaporated themselves so much, even their system itself is imploding because they need other assistance. So when we get into the jankiness of what we seeing through the law system and stuff like that, it's like inevitable. Like even the people involved can't even really make sense out of shit. So it's like carving things out to, okay, it's just people being retarded and hateism. So hateism is a new term. It goes beyond racism. You could pick a race to practice hateism. You could practice a mental concept that people in and practice hateism. What we witnessing is hateism going on right now. And the people in government started that. Fuck racism. It's hateism. People could be racist. Can't nobody practice prejudice. And racism come from there's some non-respect going on in the first place. This come all from hateism. When you hate yourself, hurt people externally. So we have to start looking at those type of things. And when we start to see the Tory Lane case, feds, CIA, they had that footage. You ain't about to sit here and tell me y'all could be in everybody's business for 10, 15 years and somehow pass footages. You know what I'm saying? When y'all want to create RICO charge and raid people and stuff like that, y'all be having 10 years plus footage that people don't even know about and shit like that. But y'all ain't got footage to help save somebody not be in jail and shit like that and have to get stabbed and shit. And this goes beyond Tory Lanez. This goes to just the whole judicial system itself. If it ain't gonna be nobody involved that's part of your culture or someone who represent you or whatever the case may be, that's unrelatable. And we already know how people think behind closed doors who even in positions that can practice prejudice. So it becomes hateism. So we got to make sense out of things. We're going to have people looking at people negative because of the way they think, or we're going to be right so people don't have to think like that. And we have people just don't care. They don't just want you thinking a certain way, and it ain't about being relatable. So at some point, people wouldn't even think negatively towards anything, not even the government, if people respected relatability and honor and morals and things of that nature. So for the most part, it's like people creating a problem and then trying to create a solution by exercising their power to do it. And that's kind of retarded because you're creating the problem in the first place. So now we at a time where it's just self-reflecting. So when we see the whole judicial legislation law, an executive and a judicial, whatever the case may be, we see a lot of bias now. Because there's a whole bunch of self-projecting, and it ain't nobody trying to help somebody else get uncrippled when it comes to their culture and other type of circumstances. So when we see this example being practiced on foreigners like Tory Lanez, and then they throwing a bunch of other people at y'all, like P. Diddy, he a foreigner too and stuff. They already have these other foreigners institutionalized mind states like Clive Davis and all the generals who came over here and people who came over here on the Mayflower boat. They like to eat people, they like to fuck each other, they like to do all these type of things, create single parent circumstance, land masses, neighborhood. We actually created that term where neighbors is up under the hood of the tent of YAHLAHUê. All these type of circumstances and stuff like that, they come and create a bunch of negative energies, then try to be somewhere else and have everybody in that type of mind state, and then throw that rock and hide their hand like they're doing a good thing, where you can't do nothing without taking accountability for what you have done first, and a large portion of it is going back home. Now, if you don't want to go back home, then be relatable. Other than that, we shouldn't be having no type of immigration conversations or whatever about nothing, because it just looked like people self-projected. Hey, we're foreigners, we're bringing other foreigners over here, and we're going to make the foreigners that was over here a little bit longer than these foreigners mad that we're bringing other foreigners over here and make it seem like it's something they need to vote for, where in all actuality that is the business, because you're a foreigner. So it's like, how you lying to people in some type of way where it just becomes a circumstance where you're just self-projecting right now and trying to cover up some type of claim. But at the same time, we have to understand what's going on. When it comes into the law system, how can some footage be out there that actually shows somebody innocence and a person still get charged 10 years, but yet this is the people we supposed to trust when they do convict people? Nah. I ain't necessarily with all that. You know what I'm saying? We gotta start thinking about these things because you could be in trouble, and based upon your ego, this is what you get ready to get the book thrown at you for. And you're dealing with people who self-projecting a damaged ego, so they're always gonna since they ego damaged, they're gonna try to lower your ego, so they have a false sense of what ego is. They have a false sense of everything. This is how you're able to look at things like it have no logic behind it, because they just know how to act. They don't know how to do things for real. If you know how to do things for real, it wouldn't be an act. For an example, if I know how to get on my feet on my 1-2, I'm only going to self-project trying to get someone else on their 1-2. And when they show me that that's not the light that they in, then that's when I retract. I'm not a person who know how to get on my 1-2 and then constantly being invested into trying to make somebody else get off their 1-2. I must be off my 1-2, and my whole way of thinking I'm getting on my 1-2 just so happens to be me getting somebody else off their 1-2. Whether it's a group of people, whether it's a land, whether it's certain, and this is what we're actually experiencing right now. The way only a person could feel about themselves after they're damaged. The only way they could feel about themselves as authority, power, God, anything. It has something to do with externalizing some hatred, so you're not that itself. You know what I'm saying? Because in order for you to feel superior, you have to belittle someone. But if you actually superior, someone will try to copy your superiority, not you trying to stop something. So for the most part, when someone's talented, they attract people who want to copy it. Not someone's talented and then they force you to do their talent. That don't even make no sense. That's rejection. So at some point, we just have a lack of energy, but another way of trying to cope with still seeming logical, or still seeming like you make sense, or still seeming like this is something that needs to be respected. And I haven't seen a respected action, morally or honor based, yet when it comes to the law system or whatever. And we all could come together and justify what's right or wrong and harming individuals and things of that nature. But I think we have like the right message, wrong messengers a lot of time. So they self-reflect, shadow banning me and stuff like that, where these people will sit up here and cry wolf about somebody or some gang member killing 18 people or something like that, where you didn't kill thousands of us. You didn't kill thousands of Native Americans and things of that nature to be on this land, and African and people over here, and try to justify it through law. So it's not giving people the right dialogue to be able to point at these conversations to be like, certain people don't deserve to be in these type of conversations, especially when it comes to race, when it comes to killing, when it comes to crime. Like the law system itself is the biggest crime I ever seen in my goddamn life, based off the Americans. The Americans are committing crimes. And so any crime you do on a smaller scale is something that they're doing on a larger scale. So y'all all one of the same. You just the person who got put in jail, or you just the person who put somebody in jail. All of y'all are the same. Y'all ain't nobody different. Y'all in the same world. You see what I'm saying? So you have to understand that too. This is foreign shit, you know, foreign retardation, mental illness, and things of that nature. All the laws is based upon people who have fucked up brains, who lost in that money system the way it's diluted into your desires. So think about any crime you could commit. It's only something the white man created. When we had bargaining exchanges and stuff over here, it wasn't even that type of nature. You could leave money out without nobody taking it and just replace taking the item and leaving it there within the marketplace, because there's no other alternative motive seeds that come from foreigners that a person have to justify what they're doing right or wrong out of the necessity of survival. You see what I'm saying? And when y'all get a lot of those energies, it's because you got it from spirits from a land, a homeland that's desertated, that needs survival. So it's unfruitful mentally as they father spirit, mother spirit, and it's unfruitful how they physically carry it out. They is less of something, right? So the land is not fruitful. Not a lot of water, not the lack of water or poison, dirty water, not a lot of trees, or you're going to destroy them all, or whatever the case may be. So you have to go to a land of a group of indigenous people that creates the fruitfulness of the land. But once we get into these actions and things of that nature, this is where it starts to go into the opposite direction. So we start to see foreign people coming to create desertation everywhere, and then you have to see where that come from. So if you're desertated in the mind, this is why you're left to be distracted to even be in a situation like Tory Lanez, to even be in a situation like P. Diddy, to even be in a situation like Russell Simmons, be in a situation like Michael Jackson, be in a situation like Jay-Z. Jay-Z only in the situation he in because he know how to tap dance real good behind closed doors. So you need to understand that too. You know what I'm saying? It's an acceptance energy where you accept the white boy to make money off you, and you got this type of mind state and actions that this means everything okay. This means everything all right. And then whenever they get whenever they start reneging, or whenever they start needing to recoup because they don't see the influence of trying to use everybody as chattel sheep mentally, start to buy the product from their pets, which is you being a celebrity like Jay-Z and things of that nature, then that's when they have your ass tap dance a concert for free. But if I was to call your motherfucking ass and be like, hey, I want you to perform for my flight day, my birthday, bitch, I gotta pay an arm and a leg and work blood, sweat, and tears and work hard and shit like that, nigga. And then for the most part, all you about to do, shout out to y'all, FBA, but all you gonna do is sit up there and charge me all that shit. But when motherfuckers who you done signed some contract with a feather on top of that ink pen, they had your ass tap dance for motherfucking free. You know what I'm saying? So you ain't shit. The fuck what you talking about? Who gives a fuck about having a brunch with a Jay-Z? If that's his actions we see. Actions speak louder than words. And a man who lie, after a while, they made enough money, they don't have to speak a lot of words. You know what I'm saying? And if they speak too much words, they may trick themselves out their own position. So that's the kind of position y'all got Jay-Z in at the moment. You know what I'm saying? He don't give a fuck about y'all. That's why y'all got to treat these people like, look, we're God's children. So they had to get rid of us because we didn't know them. So don't ever have no white person in government say they don't know you or something like that. If they say they don't know you, that's because you're not practicing their God money. So you could be doing business deals with them since the beginning of time. But if a white or Jewish person starts saying they don't know you, they start to say that they don't know you because you ain't a part of their God. So they like secretly trying to destroy you and think that they playing God. Make them everything is in reverse. Make them tell you that. Any type of business you in or whatever like that, make a white person in government. All white people ain't bad. White people next door to you and stuff like that, we help each other on our cars and stuff. These are loving people. They ain't got nothing to do with that shit. These people in government that's causing all these problems and stuff like that, that's running these corporations, not the employees you work with, not the specific manager you work with, the district managers and all these other individuals and stuff like that. But make these and these record companies and stuff, make these white boys say they don't know you. Make them champion that. Make every person self-project and get it out so we can understand what these people, what they inside of, what they believe in, so they could be in that one pocket themselves. So the Great Spirit be like, I don't know you. All these spirits y'all claiming y'all casting stuff out of, all these desires y'all claiming, whatever the case may be, and you get evaporated, and then the next portion of y'all come with grace. Make sure that's Malibu most wanted. You need another culture. You need another ethnicity. You need a platform to put other cultures on. You know what I'm saying? That's how the Great Spirit do it. Till they all sold up or they all inside of us on a small percentage scale, just in our nuts. The spirit can't come back in the world. Just the last few of the DNA left. You know what I'm saying? After that, this is pretty much it. You know what I'm saying? That's how you do that. They got to do technology, eugenics, and stupid ass shit that don't even work. It speed up the process. They push y'all to Samsara first, so you just come back more intelligent. These cats don't want to do nothing natural. These cats don't want to do nothing natural. That's why the atmosphere be kicking their ass and shit. That's why y'all gotta, y'all be kicking their ass. You nailing that, hey, be kicking their ass. You gotta understand it like this. Y'all be thinking like, why the government is always in a position of devil. You lost in some Bible God devil shit. No, half of the time, if not all the time, when they do start running people over or genocide, man, his prostate cancer already started flaring up. I'll say they multiple corrosions. They already be getting their ass. So shit, hurt people. You start going through damage and shit. You start looking down, your dick small and shit. Of course, you gonna spend in like long investment times and making nuclear bombs and shit. Well, you ain't got nothing else to do. You ain't fucking good. You ain't eating good. You damn sure can't sleep. Especially if you're on America's soil, ain't shit living on these lands. What the fuck, you stay getting Native Americans, bitch. How you think I'm here? I use the bathroom. Y'all crazy. They didn't push every goddamn body to Sam Sarfer, especially us Native Americans. They threw us all in space. They pushed everybody, that damn freedman now and shit like that. So you gotta look at it like this. It's almost like everything the spirits who went hard built evaporated because they did it in a negative way, and it's just here for everybody else to walk on. And a small percentage scale, the people who had grace for them really don't know what to do with it, but they're just practicing nepotism at this point. That's as far as it go. But really, in their mind, they just want to be transformers, dykes, and aliens and shit. And shit, have you seen the police force lately? It's full of dykes, Marge Simpsons, and Homer Simpsons. Y'all say you don't know which is which. So at some point, you looking like, damn, they fucking a race up. They fucking a shit up. And that wasn't nobody's fault. That's somebody's own. Like, y'all ain't got enough spirits coming back to say I'm back, to be like, y'all, this, that. That's how y'all know this. We at a time right now where it's clearly to see who practice what they preach and who copying the Jesus Christ shit and copied it from other people and just changed the name and shit. It's like, this is like clear shit to see. We in a whole new time. It's like clear shit to see. You can clearly see who the main player's back and who ain't back. Who I'm just back and saying I'm that and got grace. And probably getting ready to go to hell too, but they just doing there's a better Malibu most wanted quality going on right now, where the relatability, the amount of people they need on these news reporting stays, the amount of that shows you the amount of relatability that they spirit race have to do, not because we want to do this. That no, you have to do it. It's your survival. You have to. Ain't no all that other bullshit. You have to. I'm saying same way y'all trying to do something in a synthetic world, like 6ix9ine said, everything is rigged. You have to do that interview or whatever the case may be. Well, we do that in the spiritual world, signing contracts. That's why you ain't indigenous in the first place. You have to do Malibu Most Wanted. You got to sign other cultural esoteric contracts to be able to reproduce anything down here to be seen. The end. I don't give a fuck what you talk about. Only thing you could become get attention about if you behind a USSR missile and you get ready to talk about war again. That's the only time y'all get famous, and y'all don't even be famous. It's just negative shit. Once again, negative. Y'all got nothing good about y'all. Nothing good. It's like y'all ain't got nothing with God. Nothing with the Great Spirit. That's why it's kind of even weird at this point, even hearing old generals' descendants, which would be like 90% of the people in politics, and politicians start talking about religion and spirituality and shit. Y'all know all y'all shit is a scam. It ain't not one part of y'all shit ain't no scam. Y'all done scammed spirituality and called it religion, and y'all don't believe none of that shit, or y'all wouldn't be talking the way y'all talk. What kind of God sit up here? What kind of God make people sit up here and talk about war all day? What kind of God sit up here and have footage for 10, 15 years and still give somebody 10 years? Get out of here. Your moral is mild and void. Cancer culture in the spiritual world is going on right now. I say your mental template is mild and void. Your mental template right now is up for trial. No, I'm saying real shit. Fuck what's going on down here. Your mentality is up for trial. Real shit. This don't make no goddamn sense. You ain't about to sit here and tell me no feds, they not intelligent enough to have that footage that could have got Tory Lanez not 10 years, but all this sudden, but we got to count on the feds now to make sure they're doing justice. No, get out of here. No, I don't trust it. I don't trust it. Think about all the Mexicans and shit just getting out of jail. Who already got out of jail a few years or a few months before weed became legal. Just think about that. Think about how Big Meech feel. He probably got Mexican blood in him. Think about how he feel. He just got out of jail 20 years for something that became legal about 15 years in his sentence. You know what I'm saying? I will be pissed. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no logic behind it. That let you know white boys, oh, we can make money off this now. They ain't even think about all the shit they done, the blood on their hands, the time they done took from people. It's just another cleanup. We're thinking forward. Linear time thinking, small dick minded. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like this linear time thinking. When you live on that type of time, you never go back and take accountability for shit. You never go back and take response. Like, really, everybody who got out of jail should be crowned for respiration. If you did any jail time, especially over 6 months, for a crime that's legal now, you need reparations. Fuck that. Everybody need to be crying for reparations. That's natives, freedmans, you get big meaches, everybody. Ain't no way. Fuck aparting. Where the money? You took away from the way that these people was able to eat and stuff like that. Just replace it. Replace it. You eating the same way. Every time y'all see a dispensary, think about white boy took y'all way of getting money then. You know what I'm saying? The same way he took our tobacco, he took everything. Only thing he brought over here was goddamn grape pillage and alcohol. You know, that's it. Everything to fuck up your hormones. Everything get eugenics. That's all it to fuck up your mind. You don't know what part of the calendar or the new year is. You don't know if the new year in the middle of winter time or the goddamn spring. Goddamn retarded. This white boy's making money. That's when you figure that out. That's when you'll be like, oh, that's the law to them. Law ain't got nothing to do with what I'm doing right now. One day it could be something I get life for. Next day it could be something I get 6 months for. Next day it could be something they getting rich off of, and it's legal. So I see what this is. You know what I'm saying? I'll be thinking and stuff like that. Y'all don't really think real good. Y'all don't think real good. Y'all don't think good enough. Y'all don't think good enough. You got to come at the table with the white boy like that, man. Look, let's think logically for a second. I swear laws will be better. I swear laws will be better. Y'all just had too many punk ass Martin Luther Kings and shit. But shout out Martin Luther King because like one of his best friends was one of our Native Americans. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, you ain't gonna have no common sense though. If you ain't like, that's why you gotta watch my channel. All y'all free mans, watch my. You have better idea of how to see your situation a little bit. You know what I'm saying? All the Asian man, all the Puerto Rican mans and stuff like that. Don't watch Fat Joe. Watch me. You know what I'm saying? I'm native here. I'm native to this land. So you'll be able to be like, oh, when I hear Fat Joe, if I go to jail, I'm getting ready to stab any nigga I see, and I bet not see no Native American. I said, nah, don't listen to Fat Joe. It's a psyop. They making it seem like it's cool. Fat Joe, Jadakiss. Jadakiss been lying for 25 years in this rap. So we gotta start thinking clear. You know what I'm saying? And then Fat Joe ain't even write his raps for the past 25 years. So Fat Joe actually did these things in the streets, but he ain't write his raps for 25 years. And then Jadakiss, he talked about a whole bunch of shit and goddamn D-Block. I could have swore I thought he did 15 years. I could have swore I thought Jadakiss did 15 years. Well, I said I was prepared. I'm like, all right, man, if I ever go to jail, just throw on a D-Block out. I know what to do. I know how to shank. I know where to go. I know who to. You know what I'm saying, bro? I know how to buy. Shit, I would have went there and got my neck slit from ear to ear with that damn lie. I would my whole life would have woke up and like, don't listen to no damn old rappers. Don't listen to no more goddamn rappers. Real shit. Out here rocking us to sleep, rocking us children to sleep. Thank God I'm an adult now. Thank God. Thank God. Thank God for YAHLAHUê. White man somewhere rubbing their Birdman hands together talking about, hey, when we gonna find a Kiss Jada? When we gonna find a P Styles? You know what I'm saying? When we gonna find a G-Zay? Oh, they don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. I'm saying, y'all don't know why y'all don't get that shit. Y'all don't understand shit. I don't understand shit. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? They got everybody be in-house fighting. You know what I'm saying? You go to jail and shit, especially in California or New York. You think it's a race war. You thought you was in the field when you was out. Multiracial, y'all in one gang. You go in jail for some reason. It's like separated or whatever like that. Man, that's CIA fed, fashioned, wrote down a little piece of paper. So mote it be. Let's work on it, boys. Let's get them, boys. I said that's what y'all understand. All the real gangs was Native Americans. I don't care. You talking about Crips, Bloods, Vice Lords, whatever. Yeah, all that, all straight from Peru all the way to goddamn North America, bitch. We created every single thing to y'all dances. The white man is like controlling the template, but making sure y'all ain't natives, making sure y'all foreigners over here and get rid of the natives that actually got that spirit. Y'all say that's why y'all see my page shadow ban. And we ain't even trying to fight. We just trying to get respect. We don't protest, we protect. That's why y'all see me go down there. As soon as they blew up the bank where I'm at, y'all know I was about to be the first person down there. I said how you start rolling. I start roasting dude and stuff like that. They trying to get me. Yeah, I'm gonna walk away. We ain't on no feisty stuff like that. But we strong enough that we could come as one. We all scattered out, but we still know how to get together. But we know how to come as one. We got a spirit behind us, and we ain't trying to do that. They know that, and they know we telling the truth about something. I straight up told dude, man, y'all had something to do with this. What's going on with this? He's talking about, oh, we here now. We take care of this. Who's you? Straight foreigner, and you ain't from here. Like I said, I'm trying to make sure y'all ain't blowing nothing else up. Then it's a new bank now. Okay, now I figured out that's what it's all about. Gentrification. It wasn't about nothing else. The bait that secretly blew up here in Minnehoka. That secretly, no, somebody dropped a bag and said, yeah, I want my business there now. And went secret white boy competition. See, that's what y'all be knowing. Anytime you got like a business that was running, it was running good for a while. It starts shutting down. All of a sudden, it's secretly on fire. Man, these white boys beefs. Don't even get involved. Them white boys beef. But if it's like get too far close to where people living and stuff, like, man, hold on, man, chill out. With smoke, radiation in the air. My people here. This is the burial grounds of my lands, my people. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. That's all. As long as y'all go practice them explosion 4th of July all year round somewhere else, we good. Then that's it. But these cats be like, that's what y'all don't be understanding though. These be white boys beefs. So shit be one white boy start making money than the other one. Oh shit, I like that little land. That bitch is mine. So I'm gonna put her on my map and name her after my last name. Then now you got a new doctor office or some shit right there. The other one just blew up and shit. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. That's what y'all don't understand. Be shit like that. Y'all don't be getting it though, because y'all ain't in the money game. Y'all not really in the money game like that. When you get in the money game a little bit, you'll start figuring out, oh, you follow the money, you're going right in somebody's pocket. You start realizing if you're an alcoholic, it's the money inside, the money in your pocket be like, yeah, I created a psyop for you so I can get back to my brothers. I said the Pilgrim Brothers and shit like that, aka you taking your money to the liquor store, it going in the cashier, and the cashier money going back to the bank, back into the hands of their brothers. You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna make sure it's a church, Catholic church, and a liquor store right next door to it in every area, every neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? At your convenience, bitch. At your convenience, bitch. At your motherfucking convenience. Get drunk and distracted. You got, that. Don't worry about nothing else. Just get drunk and distracted. You know what I'm saying? But that's it. And before you know it, Tory Lanez then served 10 years for no reason. You know what I'm saying? Bill Cosby then served 80 years for no reason. So, so we got to start thinking this shit like, wait a minute. You know what I'm saying? Because you start looking at half of these people that was coming up talking about what Bill Cosby did. Man, you got the question, man. That whole look like she was on that shit before she met Bill Cosby. Matter of fact, look at Bill Cosby. Oh, goddamn it, Fat Albert in the face and shit like that. If he slimped up as his uncle or something like bruh man from the 6th floor, goddamn great uncle and shit. You start to think bitch was high even being interested in Bill Cosby. You know what I'm saying? You gotta start thinking like that. Like this bitch was high to even be. No, I said it be on the set. Waiting for Bill Cosby. It's little Bill Cosby sweatsuit. Ain't no bitches might be outside waiting for no Bill Cosby sweat. That's a whole psyop. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. Them bitches had to be high to even be outside waiting for Bill Cosby sweatsuit. Oh, for that. Oh, for that. You know what I'm saying? You gotta start thinking real good. You know what I'm saying? She already real invested and already know about Quaaludes, even be in that building. You know what I'm saying? Same birds flock together. They already together and shit like that. Superiority even know Bill Cosby and how to get backstage and shit like that. They already all got the same connects. They got the same goddamn Quaalude connects. Same fentanyl connects and shit. Same old Zipbit connects. You know what I'm saying? You gotta keep it real. Keep that shit real. Ain't no damn hoe falling on Ryan Leslie dick and then 10 other dicks before she reached P.Diddy. Don't know about these drugs already. I say you got to be high to even be invested into that. I don't give a fuck what you talking about. That bitch was already in the studio, high as hell, before she even met P.Diddy. I don't give a fuck what you talking about. Y'all said Cassie was in somebody's studio getting fucked, high as hell already, to even had a P.Diddy face pop on her mind and be like, I can get signed to Bad Boy. You had to be high to even think that. Ain't nobody in New York City sitting around talking about take that. Man, I'm trying to get signed with Bad Boy. You had to be high. Everybody seen damn Styles P and goddamn Sheik Luch and Jada Kiss Problems and throwing refrigerators off the damn roofs and shit. Everybody seen Mace Problems. Mace going around turning into a damn preacher in Atlanta and shit. Man, God, ain't nobody in New York City running around talking about take that. I aspire to be signed to Bad Boy Records. We seen what happened to Loon. We see what happened to Black Robin. I don't give a fuck what you talking about. Like, y'all be retarded as hell. So, goddamn it, you had to be high already if you already in the office. Letting P. Diddy play with your booty hole. You high already. You well known about these drugs already. Let's get the people are adults. Bitch, you an adult at 17. You know, we be having motherfuckers charging people as adults. Don't let people throw rocks and hide their hand. They could go, and if it leads to an ego and they could suit them, they could charge you as an adult at the age of 13. They could TK you and all this goddamn shit. But oh, when it comes to something that could suit their pockets and somebody married to somebody off the Mayflower boat or some shit like that, oh, this something, oh, you could be about damn 60 years old, but your mind is a kid and we don't understand things and you're convinced about shit. Motherfuckers start thinking about, I need to make money. The motherfuckers is manipulators, period. The age of 16, 17. Motherfucker, I don't give a fuck what you talking about. Damn sure don't be motherfucking 18 or 21 and shit. I'm saying real shit. All the problems you probably hear from your parents and shit to get the fuck out and shit. God damn it, you know, the bitches will suck a goddamn 100 dicks. I don't hear none of that shit. She'll suck 100 dicks and sit around and wait around for 6 months for one from 99 to 100, which one gonna take her in. So she can lie about the 99 dicks she just sucked because that was the one that picked her. Other than that, I don't give a fuck what you talking about. Also, nobody will have no deal at Bad Boy. P. Diddy ain't here about to sign you if you don't look like you about to let him fuck. I don't give a fuck what you talking about. Men and women. I said. I see what he did to little Justin Bieber and Usher and all that. I said. You ain't about to have him on a remix. Talk about take that, take that, take that. You ain't already high and interested. So I don't care what you talking about. Y'all said don't listen to none of these rap. All of them should be locked up for conspiracy and shit like that. Anybody coming out talking about P. Diddy did this, P. Diddy did that. But who you did it with before you met P. Diddy? Because I'm damn sure you wouldn't even be in P. Diddy office if this ain't heard through the grapevine, word of mouth, and oh, she can suck a dick like that. She can suck a ball through a water hose. Oh shit, I give her a deal right now. Even I know that bitch can't sing. Shave the side of her head and make sure she suck as many dicks as possible. Then now you get sex parties and shit. You still sell freak offs. You ain't about to tell me nothing else. Well, for what you talking about? What do y'all be talking about? Lock everybody up. Real shit. Y'all be lost in the sauce. I'll make sense out of shit. Person 18, oh, they well know what they was doing. They well know what they was doing to get the fuck on. To get on, bitch. I said they well know what they was doing to get to the next block, get to the next city, get to the next contract. I don't hear none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? They would have told anybody who knew them, who probably gave them any other advice to take the opposite direction, to kiss their ass. No, I don't hear none of that shit. And the person involved in something 10, 15 years, all of a sudden, they ain't know what they was thinking. They had amnesia. People's grandmothers actually got amnesia. We got goddamn military soldiers and veterinarians and shit like that, the goddamn amnesia, who need checks and shit. Our money shouldn't be, Cassie shouldn't be getting no $100 million when we got a whole bunch of veterans out here who kill people and shit like that, got whiplash and can't even remember the last time they took their medication and shit like that without their family being around. Give them the money. The fuck? I don't know, grown ass, funky ass adult, no fucking get rich quick plan. No, so that's a scheme. That's something for a white man to sit back and be like, all right, we could do this in the future because everybody accept this. Everybody get away with this. And then when we do it, let's double back and make sure whoever we allow do that, get all that money back. Make them need a lawyer about something. So don't think Cassie getting away with nothing. She got $1 million from P. Diddy. It's a lawyer right now. It's a Louis Little Mason right now. Send them, all right, yeah, 2 years later, she gonna need a lawyer for this and this, that. And that's it. She broke. And that's it. And that's it. Ain't never go no further than that. Jay-Z think he's safe. That's why all y'all stupid punk ass rappers and shit stop being coons. I don't know what jumped into Kevin Gates. Kevin Gates got a demon jumped in him. What happened to you, Kevin Gates? Like that thing, he started wearing that bucket hat tuxedo too tight. We start seeing too much of his ankles and shit. He got them feet hurts. Oh, he put on the feet hurts. This cat put on the feet hurts. You know he get ready to talk down on his own people now. He don't even know he a A-Rap. So that's what I'm saying. It's like all foreigners are foreigners. Shout out to Kevin Gates, but man, get back. I don't know, man. What happened? You was spiritually in some type of way. Your record sales was up naturally. You didn't let them psyop you and stuff and say, hey, you could count on fake views and you could count on this, do this. Oh, you done lost us now. You, Kevin Gates, done lost us. Damn, you done lost God's children. Nah, come back, dude. Come back. I said real shit. Rest in peace, Mozzie. No, what's his name? Real shit. He would not be involved in such things. So we got the young Mozzie. Yeah, young Mozzie. Rest in peace, young Mozzie. He would not be involved with these such things. I say too busy kicking somebody's goddamn headlights out and shit like that don't belong in a certain neighborhood and shit. Those early signs of what our spirit's supposed to think. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. Free Suge Knight, bitch. Free Suge Flight. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. Oh, I'm saying that they want to lock him up for years. Like the hell, I mean, shout out to Larry Hoover, but the hell with all that and shit like that. No, people who actually was trying to stand on something like, man, this is mine. This ain't nobody else. Nobody else should be in control of this and stuff like that. Yeah, that type of spirit and shit like that. All that other shit is for the birds and shit. Then you actually see the problem. It's a respect problem. It's just a group of people want to self-project when they ain't get it on their own volition. So they don't want nobody else to get it on their own volition. You might get lost in the witchcraft words like government, conspiracy, Illuminati. This is a group of white boys that get funded to do shit. This is how they came over here in the first place. British and all. They get funded. They couldn't do shit on their own. So they come dealing with all of us being able to do shit on our own. If I'm a saint, I'm on one territory. Man, on my own. I created all this planet. I created this planet time. These cats come in forms and fashions and other ethnicities and all that, getting funded, military, melted metals, Genghis Khan. I say all that fun. So they don't want nobody to be able to do stuff off their own volition because they don't got no respect for that because they didn't go through that themselves. They didn't go through. When they did try to do that, they start hitting each other upside the head in Europe and shit. That's what made them start running over here and shit like that and say, hey, this is a better way of doing things. They took our way and try to act like us, but still can't do it right. That's why they ain't got the money right. They ain't got the resources right. And America just seemed like some bullshit. Simple as that. But y'all humans. Y'all got to understand that. Seeds are negative no matter who's portraying them and just so happen to be. And it just so happened to be you have people who are not self-reflecting right, so they self-project what they already are. So to keep themselves in it, what might be good for them might be bad for you. And it don't even have to be like that. People are supposed to be finding some relatability. For an example, this was even creating racism. If, like, let's say you did something on your own and you did it the right way and you got that street or you got that territory or you got that store. Right? Instead of trying to destroy it with government litigations that only work with putting money back in the hands of them, you should respect it. And therefore, the person who did that never have a problem with you. And why would you ever have a problem with them in the first place? Where do that come from? Then let's say if somebody trying to play God, like the government is, if you actually know how to do something better than others, the way you trying to change history to make it seem like you did everything right, then if it was at the expense, because this is attached to history that you can't get rid of, you haven't to destroy others, so your success is at the expense of others. If you got so much intelligence, why you're not helping cultures? Why you're not saying, hey, this is your way of doing it, and we want to sit back and see if you could do it. Good job. And you just look like a boss. We won't have no problem paying you because we looking at your system itself like, oh, this is what y'all did, so if everything around us is because of y'all system, okay, this is some cold shit. We can't never think like that because the system is never presented that way. It's presented as like force and you not even having a relatable culture for us to just want to do it. So it's like weird. It's like, what kind of shit is this? But at the same time, these are little seeds. So you have to see that people are projecting from a space of they couldn't do nothing on their own. So if it's some together energy, you either got to merge with them or they're going to prevent you from doing anything on your own. That I don't even see how that's even a problem. How did that become a problem? But hurt people. So if their way of standing on their 1-2 is to make sure you can't do something on your own, then you have to consider, why is this a problem? So let's break this down. Doing something on your own. Doing something on your own is able for you to provide for yourself. If someone know how to do that better than you, they should be able to teach you how to do that. And then whatever uprising you do, you have no problem even supporting that, even when it's not asked for. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. So that makes, even if you appear to be the weakest link, strong. So if that was a connected band and a culture the way America's supposed to be, the way we had it, then even the weakest link will appear to be strong. Anytime we have to fight for a country, we have no problem doing it. The kids at 12 years old, we would have to stop them from even thinking that you can even, it won't be no draft. Everybody that want to fight, 12-year-old to be like, well, I can't fight. We would have to stop them. We got grown stinking ass people that wouldn't even care about draft, wouldn't even want to fight about nothing because we don't see the morality behind it. You see what I'm saying? When things are done the right way, you will be able to see the results, regardless of we're a melting pot at this point or not over here. So we just got people practicing unhealthy shit, and what they're boasting about is unhealthy, but they're trying to cope with it and redirect it and change the narrative and the light around it like it's not. But if they want to start to take up for it, we have to start hearing about aliens again, or accept that what it means to be God or ruling someone is who can create the best weapons and kill the most people and stuff. And these are never logical discussions. You know what I'm saying? Never. So we have to keep that in mind too. So don't let nobody put you in that stupid ass position by being mentally retarded and based upon you being in relatable energy, just trying to, you know what I'm saying, keep things in kosher and shit. Don't allow people that's in a comfort zone to over exaggerate what's actually going on and then start to get lost in their beliefs and mind state and then start to take actions that now it just look more weird now. Like, wait, you going too far. We already know what y'all, we don't have y'all natures. We're not out trying to slaughter and kill and do anything of that nature. So we at a point right now where self-projecting is so potent, you can't even do what you used to do. Force people to act like that. Put a person in a psyop to act like you so you can look like you got the better hand in some way, shape, or form. It's just, why are you doing this in general? And let's study that. That needs to be studied. So this is what's actually going on right now. Real psychologists, real psychology, real concept, real spirituality, real morality, real universal law. Because spirits that been here, especially that got pushed to samsara, were born again. And what we see bends in as the mind coming into the blood flow, word, and we're pushing out the seeds of the great spirit because we got pushed to samsara first. We're wider, we're greater. We didn't get encapsulated into no YAHLAHUê. So our form of grace was relatable. The mind and the body we have left, the soil and the atmosphere, the mind we have left is something the great spirit wanted to keep here. So as spirits, we always got access back here and with the holy ones and the great spirit. So when we come and bring that new information for people to see, it get more convincing, it gets more initiated, it gets more anchored, it gets more confirmation. So that firmament that between the waters above and the waters below get put in a binding system and it becomes inevitable. And you can see it in the less layer, atmosphere, mental, and the heavier layer, physical or actions and things of that nature, the more dense layer. And you're starting to see how this is just a mechanism. They're not separate things. And then spirits have to come back and teach all that. But the ones that say I'm back, now it just so happens the ones who saying I'm back was on the opposite end of a lot of spirits that evaporated and not able to say I'm back, and may have a lot of their descendants saying I'm that, based upon the books that they have left, a circumstance that have been going on from the spirits that have evaporated. So it becomes the dichotomy circumstance in the mental world. Spiritual warfare becomes a dichotomy where at this stage, you know, whether you a free man that's fully woke, this is pretty much only a battle for Native Americans and the white man at this point. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to up here. And for the white man to fully know what you try to justify was right may not be. And what we was actually doing as Indians may have been sacrifice of what y'all see as that Jesus energy. Dying for good reasons. Or doing whatever we're doing for good reasons. And that's probably like the end all and be all of the spiritual warfare when it comes to if there's going to be a debate or any type of intellectual. So that goes beyond government law, because I'm a Massasoit, Aractaswa. But that goes beyond government law, order, and it takes us into universal government law and order and how it needs to be substantiated and things of that nature. And then for the most part, if you still left within a bias or damage energy, even if you experience these things, but you haven't know how to get out of these things, to have other angles, like you're not a part of it, but you are a part of it, to put those multiple new pieces together, to have a better angle physically and mentally to attack the subject matter to that case, then you won't be here saving individuals and you won't be saving yourself, but you'll still be in a cycle of grace and taking yourself a little longer to get to this place I'm at, or a lot of other natives, or some free man starting to get, and some agents and shit starting to get there a little bit, and Puerto Ricans and shit. But at the same time, this is a situation where it's like it's a kind of physical way of fighting spiritual warfare that really don't make sense. And that's another way how we seeing things downside. So this is why like online is probably like 90% of AI, whereas in that aspect of it, about 60% of it is real people just creating a video filter, and about about 60, and then about 30% is just automated shit and CGI type shit. Then it's like 10% of real people left. So that'd probably be like me, other individuals and stuff like that. And if you're not woke, you probably getting a psyop played on you to a certain degree. So you'll get online thinking that it's the world, and then we can see if you're not in real life based upon what start to become your content, what start to become what you're submerged in, and your dialect of going about it. And if you start generalizing it, then that's how you will be a representation of being seen as an esoteric coon. And any of your physical actions will be coonish, but you probably just doing it for money, or thinking you're being relatable, or based off validation getting replenished because you have a small portion of validation issue based upon a synthetic world that they have put you in order to have a shelter over your head, food on the plate, food on the table, and clothing on your back, and for you to be able to support your family. So, you're getting your mind worked in a way that you probably can't even fathom, due to the fact of just being a foreigner, not being a part of a powerful spiritual lineage, or however the case may be, and then your phenotype, your skin type in general. So your blood that condense and become your organs, and your spirit, and just your organs itself can't see it that way. Your blood flow in a different direction for you to see something else, to realize something else, because you're not part of that makeup, no original makeup or things. So you see what I'm saying? And you will probably have other sentiment and biases that you care more about, that's more in cahoots with Washisu, because of the foreigner template and the starting point and things of that nature. So a lot of things that goes against you by you still being in a negative position than Washisu is things that you may champion. That's why I kind of look at rappers like Kevin Gates, for an example. He's tap dancing right now as if the feds ain't lock his ass up. As you see what I'm saying? Y'all have to be careful. That's Cat Williams. He start tap dancing as if the feds don't be knocking him upside his head for his career. You know what I'm saying? This is kind of why Dave Chappelle turned down that $2 million. And y'all was sitting somewhere talking about, oh, I would have took that because if this, that, and the third, if this, that, and the third, you don't know what he know, yet he ain't about to sit here and speak about it for him to still have a job. See what I'm saying? So it's one of those type of situations. When you get on those levels, you start realizing money ain't the thing. Money is a product just like anything else. And it's a group of white men who look at money as their system, not money as something to spend. So if you could kill all the Buffalo Bills over here, make a dollar bill, it's still not seen from that perspective as I need money to survive. It's seen as I could use money for bribery. You see what I'm saying? To get my will done, and I can play God. So this is how white man is able to play God, bribery. I'm saying, so once upon a time, it was our trade routes. Now it became everything that replaced our trade routes and the values with the dollar bill and law litigation. So they name them the same thing. So a white man could sanction you something, copying our sanctions, our Massasoit sanctions over here. You see what I'm saying? A government could, you know what I'm saying? You see how they kind of like taking the circumstances stuff. They got a Senate based upon taking from the Seneca, because that's how you say it, Seneca. But Seneca form of the government with the Haudenosaunee, right, the Iroquois. So now they formulated a Senate around it. But it's them copying, you see what I'm saying? And not knowing how to do it the right way, because their starting point is taken and doing it for some self-serving. So they're just having this type of practice. These rights, even the Constitution. The Constitution is another word for if a white man write it down, that means it's law. See what I'm saying? And a white man don't have no law. It's just killing. So this is why you have, since the beginning of time, them taking other people's cultures with better morality as a way to use it, blend in with it, and still do their negative shit. So they could kill you through Christianity. They could kill you through Muslim. They could kill you through Hebrew Israelite. They could kill you through whatever belief that you create that they got to start working on and to do psyops. But yet this is just their nature in general. You see what I'm saying? So you have to know how to separate that. You're not in a world full of good people. You in a world full of a small group of people that's making you ignorant, and that take time to trickle down for it to appear that you're harming yourself. And when they could get witty with it, they do it themselves. But at some point, that energy lessens up, because a lot of those spirits is evaporating themselves and experiencing hell at the moment. So when they descendants is down here still alive, they have to come up with other ideas than fully saying fuck it type concepts. That's their mind connecting to the mind that's in hell with the other hells. That's part of their descendants. That's probably get ready to have evaporation or have a little bit of grace, but come with less layers, mentally and physically, and Malibu most wanted energy. And that's them saying, no, don't do it that extreme way. You'll have worse grace than me. Do it at another angle. Then this person will still be doing some manipulation, but it'll just be more crafty. You know what I'm saying? But at some point, that wear off after a while too, because the craft needs other ethnicities at this point. Once upon a time, the news channel was strictly just white people talking to each other and boasting about it. Now they have to relate to y'all in some type of way because it'll look weird. But as the truth come out, real spirits like me and others speak in this context. They want to speak in this context too. They're just too tainted. So every time they do it, the people who do watch them get thrown off. Like, what are you talking about? This sound racist or whatever. So it's like they're getting witchcraft practice on them, being forced to crash out. So when you bring energies out, it shows in reality who God don't know. So if a white person don't know you in government, it's because they don't know God. They don't know they don't know how to, they don't know nothing about the fluid. They don't know nothing about anything. You know what I'm saying? So for the most part, let them practice what they preach. They just lost in their mind. They come up with coping mechanisms to think it's something else or whatever the case may be. No, you want to motivate a person. Make a white person in government say they don't know you, since that's what they like to practice. They right. They don't know God. They're right. They don't know YAHLAHUê. They don't know anything about spirituality or whatever, and they shall evaporate. Now, any spirit want to act like they do know something. You know what I'm saying? Even though you know you're going to be Malibu most wanted. You know what I'm saying? At some point, you getting down with the get down. That's it. You're trying to be better. You be more accepted. Now, you ain't got to get in your ego and be like, I don't need to be accepted by people. But if you understand the holy holies, you know that the accepted energy go beyond just people. So you don't have to understand like, well, why the animals ain't complaining about the natives taking them over. Bitch, we was one with the animals. Bitch, so what you talking about? And ain't nobody want to settle nowhere or shit like that. So you need to become one with acceptance. And if you get out of expectation because you expect being accepted a certain way. You know what I'm saying? No. You need to know that just find ways of acceptance, even if you have to force being accepted through maybe people you don't like. You know what I'm saying? Maybe things you don't like to do or whatever. But try to find some form of acceptance outside of you, other than some acceptance that you just willing to accept for yourself, that on a large percentage scale, other people can't come to that acceptance table. And you willing to kill and blow up the table anytime somebody want to open up their mouth for that discussion to be had. So for the most part, you need to understand it's not about you liking people or not and create some whole judicial faulty law system. It's about learn how to find something outside of you so you can at least get closer to, you know what I'm saying, the great spirit, and finding morality and honor to bring in reality and make that make sense. Because we see it through your actions, whether you believe what I'm saying or not, with this bullshit ass English language. You know what I'm saying? It's pagan language. That's what it is. It's a pagan. The very nature of these words and how we put them together is what pagan mean. You know what I'm saying? For a settler to be speaking Latin, to interact with us over here, speaking Native American and shit like that, and for us to have these words we got right now is what it mean for something to be pagan. So I don't give a fuck what nobody talking about. So at some point, we got individuals who just want to accept things within themselves, and then they become unacceptable people outside of themselves from the holy perspective. You're separate from God. You know what I'm saying? And you can't create no reverse psychology with the English language to make that sound like it's something else. Because that's how they try to do it. With shit like turning Jacob into Israel. Right? That's somebody being the father of a land and naming it that. And then them coming over here and trying to practice that in a demonic way and turning that person into the soil and saying, well, you go to the soil then. Or we put your spirit in space there, since that's what you believe. And then we might name it after you. You know what I'm saying? Or something like that. That's Jesuits playing God when you read that Bible and things of that nature. But taken from your culture, if you know what piece of the culture that they're taking from yours, 90% of it is Native American in there. You know what I'm saying? So you have to understand it from that aspect. Pardon me. So anytime you even see a white person in government start talking about food or eating, they're being sarcastic. They're talking about eating Native Americans and eating up the land and shit like that. So don't let nobody do that. That's how I'm able to spot people too real quick. But that's how I was able to have a lot of conversations with Masons too. You know what I'm saying? Because you could be at a store, you could be saying, you already, especially around here in Ohio, stuff like that. And then every now and then they'll run the laws, and they'll do that. They'll do stuff like that. If y'all on the line or something like that. And either they'll see you in front of them. They don't do that to free mans a lot of times. They do that to us Native Americans. We know this type of shit. but it opened up dialogue too. And y'all could be in line at Walmart or something like that, and they just come out, oh, this sweet potato pie is good. They ain't even got no sweet potato pie in they or anything of that nature. You start looking at their hands, look for a ring or something. Well, say I look for something like that, like, oh, okay, I see what's going on. They'll say you being sarcastic. You know what I'm saying? So then you do it the same way. You show them whatever they doing, you do it better, and that makes them stop because they know you realize something, but you owned it too because they know they copying you. See, when you don't let a Mason know, or a Jesuit know, or even a Jewish person, the Pilgrim know, they copying you. This how they able to kill y'all and get rid of y'all, or like practice racism and sarcasm. Y'all don't be knowing what's going on and shit like that. It be all kind of shit. Way of stepping, way of moving the hands. You got all kind of shit that they stole all Native American shit to even be here. So you could tell when a Mason just do that on regular people or other white people. And they wasn't around a lot of Native Americans. They're around one of them $5 Indians or something like that. You know what I'm saying? You can spot that real quick and start kicking their spiritual ass real quick. Be like, dude, chill. You ain't Thanos, dude. Chill out, dude. You was not Thanos. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, because they start doing a whole bunch of shit yo people do already. But so when they do it, it's only from a negative lens. It's only from a sarcasm. But if it's a person who don't know that and they ain't around natives, in their mind, they think it's a sense of power. They think they know something somebody else don't know. But when they're around a native and then a native shut it down, right, then they realize that, oh, I'm really a cosplayer. You know what I'm saying? I'm really just somebody over here on a welfare system. That's how it is and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, but yeah, especially online. Anytime y'all start seeing somebody cooking a lot, talking about food a lot, whatever like that, man, they ain't eating shit. They can't even cook. Half of them can't cook. They can cook shit but wedding soup. You know what I'm saying? My mother used to work in the damn Catholic church and stuff. We used to bring a lot of the wedding soup, bread, of rye bread and shit free and things of that nature. But can't cook, can't season shit for shit. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Nobody want to hear all that shit. I don't want to hear that shit. Y'all weak ass boarding schools and shit. Those weak ass shit. Just so you understand, yeah, anytime they talk about cooking, they wish they could cook. They wish they had that seasoning. It's just in some frozen section or on the shelf put in powder. That's it. You know what I'm saying? That's it. They wish they could cook. But anytime they just be on their mind and shit like that. But there'd be sarcasm though. Y'all gotta peep game. But they'll do y'all in a different way. You know what I'm saying? They'll say something else. You know what I'm saying? It's about chains or something like that. I'm saying there's some brotherhood shit. For an example, blood, brotherhood. We used to cut a piece of our hand, like slice it, and then shake hands or something like that for a blood oath. These cats started doing that and created a piece of paper and put a little thumb on. So all that null and void. Anybody who got a whole circumstance of a blood oath, let's finish killing Native Americans, you copied the Native American, so you can't create a seal or you can't open that back up. Whatever you do with that. So I think that's a large portion we seeing in the government right now without even me showing that y'all, that angle side of y'all. The Constitution and four little weak president generals who had the thumb and blood oath, that the whole practice is copy of Native American shit. So anybody who's doing that going to be getting rejected mentally, not look stupid, not funny. We're going to see why they popular. They ain't really popular. They being funded. Right? And it's going to be something that they're practicing that probably they could have got away with. Maybe 20 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Maybe 30 years ago or something like that. So it ain't shit. Depending on if they ain't got more other ethnicities and cultures in the Democrat or Republican Party. And let's say there's a bunch of white boys that's practicing this, that's trying to replenish it and put way more in Democrat, Republican. Ain't nobody going to vote. Y'all don't got no essence. So y'all gonna have to like create something else. Like the thing you practice in itself don't have enough energy. It don't have enough spirits here that created it. So you got to work with spirits that ain't got nothing to do with it, or the descendants that they don't want to go to hell, or they just practicing going to hell. It's just does it get weaker and weaker though. So we at that point right now. But people don't even know what they fighting for. Like, for an example, right? Ask a white person what are you? And if they don't know, and they just sit there with white, they're not even anything. You see what I'm saying? We at this point right now. So white superiority is breaking down because all of them are not the main players. And we look at white supremacy right now, and we look at all the people who in the UN and running the UN. We got Spanglers, we got Germans, and then they all mix. None of them are the white race anymore. So we just have a bunch of children. It's all children. You know what I'm saying? There ain't no white race anymore. They lost themselves. The white race is completely at this last piece. So if you even see some percentage scale of there's this amount of white people, and then right up under it, there's this amount of African Americans, then right up under it, Alaskan Native Americans, then Asians and stuff, that's all wrong. Because us Native Americans is mixed. Africans, what tribe? And half of them are Arabs. So when we say African American, that's just saying either Arabian, Liberian, Siberian. It's just saying that. Because they burnt themselves out from whatever that they started 300 to 400 years ago. Then when you get the white people, what is that? Half of these white people is mixed with the so-called y'all calling black. That's mixed with a whole bunch of shit at this point. So there ain't the white, since that was the less potent DNA, that was the fastest one to leave. So when you see, oh, white people, this percentage, no, that ain't. Them black people, Native Americans, Asians, and stuff like that, there ain't no white people left. There ain't no original white people left. They blended in with too many other stronger people. And the one that was right after them, that was stronger than them, is Italian. So you would get more people you call white Italians than actually the white people. Italians ain't even actually that. So it's at some point, white people lost themselves. You could probably only find a real white person probably in Germany or probably in Australia or something like that. America, everywhere, they lost themselves. They didn't lost themselves. So it's lost. They following people who lost. A lot of people went to hell, lost in the mind, lost in the a lot of people right now. You think larger on a percentage scale of what you call white, really Hispanics, really Latino, or really really Puerto Rican and stuff. Everybody else blood was stronger. Like everybody else blood was stronger. So it's like they just like really lost themselves. Like, so even when you see a group of Masons at a Masonic lodge, they did something wrong. I think the Jesuits and the Mormons, they was trying to lighten everybody up and just made all of them darken. So it's like, but then they started to cope with it. They like, well, maybe that's the right thing to do, because then we could create the Jew and the Greek and blend in with everybody and stuff like that. But then we see where we at. You need other ethnicities, the stronger potent of whatever you mix with, for your news networks, for your music industries. We ain't got no more. And a horse with no name. Ha, 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 ha. Stand alive, stand alive. We ain't even got that no more. So they try to destroy all other ethnicities in any music industry or whatever like that right now. And they got no talent no more. They blended in with it. They're lost. Who are the white people? Where are they? The small we see look like look like Homer Simpsons and Marge Simpsons, and they like this small left in the police force, small left in the military, then the rest in Germany and shit like that. Who are the white people? You know what I'm saying? You can clearly look at a white person. Oh, that we claiming white now. This is Arab mixed with Spangler mixed with, you know what I'm saying? You see this one, this German mixed with Irish, man. You know what I'm saying? Who are the white people now? This is why the government's so weak. They lost themselves. All the spirits that did all that bullshit evaporated. And the small who had grace, Malibu most wanted energy. And then when you're trying to be relatable, that only leads to losing yourself more. You know what I'm saying? Because you physically are trying to relate to everybody. You just lose yourself more. If all the actual so-called white people was to go in one city, they will only fill up a state. Like they only fill up a few states in Germany or something like that. Other than that, they're trying to do to us how they just already did themselves. So when you look at a Native American protest, an African American protest, you don't even know what's what and then you be seeing a lot of white people in it. So if it's broadcasted, it's white people in charge. There are a lot of white infiltrators, but they think they doing something right. And even in that aspect, you losing yourself. It's like in every aspect, they don't know how to do nothing else but lose themselves. So any hateism practice will be obvious at this point. That takes us back to this Tory Lane case. How did you have that footage the whole time and still give him 10 years? And you can't use us as the people and civilians, civilians, to say that that footage, we're the reason why that footage wasn't out. When y'all don't need us any other time to kick a dough. Y'all don't need us any other time to be perverts. Y'all don't need us any other time to have footage that we didn't even know y'all had and shit like that. Like, I almost thought they were shooting a movie. Rest in peace, Mo 3 got killed. So I almost thought that was a movie. I almost thought that was an actual set and event. And then there was like, oh, your mark, get set, go, action. Take one. And then the drone right there in HD and stuff like, but let us talk about an alien or something like that. It's recorded with a Minute Maid rice cooked toaster plan. You know what I'm saying? So it'd be like, wait a minute, hold on, something ain't right and stuff like that. So you got to start considering certain these things. Like a lot of these things be like 70%, so much distraction. You just involved yourself in something and you dealing with your people. 30%, you already lost in dealing with your people, and that's a way to fast to kill your ass, or the way to fast to do something to your ass. You know what I'm saying? I gotta be careful dealing with the industry, or because you will be getting into beef, and 70% of it be real, and 30% of it be, well, the feds, and if they do it, you won't do nothing but blame it on your ops. You know what I'm saying? And it's like a whole infiltrate where they can get their lick in real quick. Another way to kill a nigga. And kill a wakatake. Oh, I said real shit. And hide their hand. Your ops ain't even knew where you was at. Your ops ain't knew you was at that hotel. Some feds knew though. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. And the feds was keeping track of your whole beef for 10 years. That's why y'all gotta and they'll do that to your ops too. So if your ops don't get you, the feds and then look, that be careful. Any of these pages online that come out of nowhere and all of a sudden they famous, even celebrities, that's fed or orientated. So and then 90% of those pages be AI bot pages, but it'd be a real person behind it, or they're using video filter where you could be a real person, but you got the computer. So that's why a lot of times they got one you could probably do it with the phone, but a lot of times they need their computer to do it. So it'd be like, or like how you go online, like how me and you go online, but instead of creating a picture, it's a video filter. So they can change the background and the image of the person and things of that nature and make them look like you and ethnicity or some shit like that. So y'all got to be careful of these people y'all don't see in real life. And then they be online talking about cases and shit like that. All these type of cases and shit. And if they come in and steal my type of shit on this, be careful of that. You only connect with real people. Y'all who know me in real life, wherever the case may be. But we at a time right now, be careful. If it ain't me and other, like the conscious community people and stuff like that, or the real, Native Americans and stuff like that, and me, don't deal with that shit online. When that's somebody trying to Rashad Jamal you, or whatever the case may be. Them fake ass pages. And you'll go meet with these people, or whatever the case may be, and it's the feds. And they show you that's what they do because they try to do it in some other good area too. Like finding people who be talking to little kids. It be these people still doing that pervert shit. Then they'd be talking, then they'd be in some situation of playing as little kids. So they already projected what they do in other areas negative. And then if they could get some adult talking to that fake little kid page, they can tell that pervert adult, which is good too. That shouldn't be happening anyway, on that end too. But both sides is negative. We got to put things in it. And then for the most part, the dude be at that place being a pervert, and then you will see some white goddamn skinheads or some goddamn shit start whooping his ass, which that's good. But don't think that self-projecting ain't exercised on some racist shit too. And they was getting a lot of kids to kill themselves with so-called video, like that Soluminati dude, that flight dude. They're them fake pages. So they always gonna start with video games, right? And they're trying to get into watch your kids, protect your kids from the government. Protect your fucking kids from the government. So I'm saying these are ignorant humans. Don't look at it nothing else. Don't get lost in those spooky words. They use fake ass pages like Soluminati and things of that nature, right? And then have them playing video games and shit, and then having the video game and be making these kids talk to kill themselves and stuff like that. Watch what your kids be playing, like Roblox and stuff, right? That come from people in the government. No one can engineer no video games to be exercised on kids and stuff like that. So, and they be creating these voice things for they pervert shit. These is adults in government. Same way how they did DJ Academics. DJ Academics is the feds. So they create that fake ass kid to create a situation, to put DJ Academics in a situation. And since he's backed by them, there are certain people that didn't like DJ Academics that they're trying to create a manipulation tactic to destroy their career in some way. Same way how you see they're doing Little Baby. But it's a manipulation white boy game. This is what they did on Native Americans in real life, right? And make a fake story so everybody who does that get put in a box, and then they could find a way to put y'all in a realistic box in real life, and then you end up disappearing or some shit based off your belief that they crafted in the first place using their celebrity puppet. That's why I told y'all, don't be following no fucking Kanye West talking about he hate the Jews or whatever. That's bullshit. He don't even know what that is. He not native here. So that's for y'all to be fanned out by him, and then y'all have the same sentiment. And these people are not even important. That's almost like an ego or narcissism. Ain't nobody thinking about y'all. So why are y'all putting yourselves in people who's busy with their creativity and stuff like that? And then y'all funding platforms that everybody just trying to watch be relatable, and y'all making it an effort to make it seem like there's issues, and there's issues in the other world, and then there's Jewish sentimentism, but you guys are making these things a thing in the first place with y'all platforms. Nobody thinking about y'all. You're not even important to even be in some right or wrong, good and bad. Hey guys, we need to stop this. We need to stop that. You're not even from here. People are thinking about their own creativity, passions, motivations, desires. Like, who the fuck is you? So when we start thinking about these other type of things, even including that, this is what we're seeing. We're just seeing retardation based off narcissism. I don't even understand it. I don't even get it on any level. And this is how we get this circumstance where we're getting witchcraft that ain't witchcraft. It's just lying and manipulation. So anytime you start seeing stuff with a knife, one eye, like you might see a thing with Wallow doing this and trying to practice some pills or shit like that. Cancel him. Cancel anybody who don't practice your culture or for your culture. That's somebody else's culture. That's Briticana, Crown, Eyeball. So they're a fool even being another ethnicity. How would that ever uncrutch your culture? How would that ever put you in a position to help people? How would that ever have you in a situation you could pick judges? You could make a jail. You could be more justified. You could have you would never be in no position like that. Yet you're being controlled by individuals who have no morality, but yet plan these positions. And this is how we're getting these law cases beyond Tory Lanez and stuff like that. You could do a crime right now and get life for things that the government is doing that they should have been had life for. You know what I'm saying? Everybody who even had, let's even go back to the Tory Lanez case. Every prosecutor should be in jail. But since y'all not, like, I don't know what's wrong with y'all. Y'all don't care about yourselves and y'all own people. Y'all don't have a combat system. So y'all allowing unmoral, unhealthy, hurt people seed coming from other lands, quality type people with their own culture justify what's the means of morality for all of us. And then when they make a mistake, we suffer the consequences. Look at Tory Lanez. He's suffering the consequences of being stabbed 14 times. His life could have been taken. We know that was a government fed dude got paid to do that. You know what I'm saying? And that had nothing to do with Tory Lanez. That got something to do with the government. So why would a person have to even go through that because you're just in a system based off someone's negativity? These are humans. It don't have no logic behind it. And just for an example, if you see a white person start trying to tell you about your history, that's basically self-reflecting and projecting you got something to do with destroying somebody's history. Let's say a white boy try to tell you where you from. If they can tell you where you from, they should be able to tell you where you could go get a check from. You know what I'm saying? So they telling you that they got something to do with misplacing you. Let's say if a white boy come out and say, hey, we got this new discovery of a statue or something like that, right? That's basically saying that they're in control of over destroying you and telling you who you is, and they don't even know who they are. So don't listen to no white boy start talking about they found some mummy or something like that to make y'all get lost in white and black terms again. Y'all lost in colorism. There is no such thing as black and white. You either got blood flowing through you, or either you mix with other people or not. There is no such thing as black. Get that through y'all head. So when y'all get a white boy, they be playing games on y'all. When they sit up here and tell you, hey, we found the statue in America and it's a black person. If you take that argument, you sound retarded. You don't know how dumb you sound. There is no such thing. No quote unquote black man that was a freed man that came over here with the white boys called themselves black. That's a new thing. You know what I'm saying? It's you like retarded. So it's a way for y'all to do the white man's dirty job. Take Native Americans' concepts and lands again and claim that you was here first. Yet, what was your language you was speaking for that to be there? You don't have it. So if I can speak the language that's on the thing and you can't, you need to argue that. You need to argue why you got white boy playing on your mind. Not you was here first and somehow it was English. And English was here before the native languages, so you can't understand why your people ain't discovering mummies, why your people ain't discovering these things in these lands, why your people don't know the language of the people in the burial grounds and stuff like that. Y'all need to take up why y'all minds is getting fucked up by the white boy and start speaking for your own history, and y'all become the discoverers or something. But when you get lost, you're using white boy history, and white boy is using y'all to replace other people's history, and then white boy could put themselves in it by it being his scholarship. And then all he got to say is Greek was created 43 AD. So anytime you use the scholarship and try to figure out where your scholarship is from, it puts the white boy in history before your creation, where you from. So it's like you like retarded. I could do the research and find a mummy. I could take you where I'm at and tell you what that say on that tree or that brick or that carving or that mound and what it say. Not no white boy. Only thing they could do is say, hey, it may have been an alien and it may have been some Africans over here first. No. Native, and y'all stop that colorism. There's no such thing as red native. Where do y'all get that from? All ethnicities make light and dark people. Then the extremely light Native Americans only got that way when white man started fucking and raising children. So you get them Native Americans, especially in the Great Plains. You get some of them mixed with Spangler and Mexican. Well, we kind of made Mexicans, but Spangler and stuff like that. You come over here on the East Coast, you get us mixed with Italian or Spanish, French, Dutch, and Africans, Arabs, Asians. You get it was more white people, Asians, and the Negroids before they start bringing a lot of Arabs after they destroy like the Moor concept and stuff like that. So on the East Coast Native Americans, we're mixed with a little bit of white man, Asian, and Negroid. And Great Lakes Native Americans and Great Plains and California Native Americans is mixed with Spangler and white man, and then now they be mixed with Mexicans and stuff like that. So a lot of them got a lot of Mexican in them and stuff like that. And then in Canada, most of those Native Americans just more mixed with just white people. You know what I'm saying? But we all got mixed, and we're all going through this flushing system. But the percentage scale is still, we all kick the white percentage scale ass. Every ethnicity did that. When they thought they was the strongest DNA wise, they realized it was only in their mind. So when they start to do it, the outcomes was different. For an example, at the beginning, when they started to grape us and got rid of some of the men and start to raise that territory, they will raise the mixed Native American to be the ruler over the tribe, right? And the Native American always become 18 years old and rebel. And they always see the signs. They always see the signs of, so the spirit never be the white boy spirit. Always be the Indian spirit that take the percentage scale of the white boy and make sure the white boy don't jump in the body and be like, no, this is more of home. It's more of my percentage mathematic mind and organ. Get out of here. And then for the most part, it'd be the Indian spirit back in that body. And then it straight reject even the white DNA it got. And then they tried to do it with y'all freedmans. Y'all did the same thing. Y'all tried to do it with the Asians. It did the same thing. And then now we at a stage of America being a melting pot. But white boy having to realize they fucked up. What they thought they started was the right thing. Saving souls, aka their fake spiritual religious way of saying, let's get rid of the men and fuck all the women and make this world our world. and lighten up everybody. And all they did was darken up themselves and got less in population. So that's a fake statistic. The majority white people in America. And you will only be able to find true hillbillies in some corner pocket in the suburb or trailer park. And all the ones that's in government ain't white. Them Germans and / Irish / Portuguese / you know what I'm saying? Half of them Arab, Spaniard. So they all over the place. That's why they can't come with no agreement. They can't come to no agreement with shit. They all over the place. Congratulations. You played yourself. At this point, DJ Khaled could be the president. And look, the ones who here saying I'm that, and they can't say I'm back because half of their spirits evaporated, they got to cope with that and try to make that seem like, oh, it's a joke, it's sarcasm. Hey, yeah, well, yeah, we can. Because we let you know we in power. No, that's showing you're weak at this point. And that's just a coping mechanism. That's just a coping mechanism. Yeah, we can put a statue here when we want to. Yeah, we can make DJ Khaled be a president. Yeah, you can. It ain't like we actually voted. Same way with these synthetic ass numbers. It ain't like we actually watching it. You know what I'm saying? But I love all y'all, brother. You paying us. Hey, bad business. They making all these artists do bad business. Lose the fans and just pay us. We'll make sure we have enough robots off your stuff. Then what? YouTube is paying robots now? I wonder how long YouTube gonna let that go. YouTube would never make as much money as they made when they allowed us to be free. How Soulja Boy was discovered. And I love all y'all from the bottom of my heart. Flight boss, bitch, you know, for sure. You know, listen to the motto on that Terry's moon. I'm the Royal Archangel Uriel, and I'm here to carry God duties and motherfucking responsibilities. And Uriel. These are Native American terms. And then for the most part, here's the thing. I'm gonna do a live panel. I'm gonna do an open panel tonight. But yeah, think about that, YouTube. Y'all said, you see how you done fucked up your own shit because you let them in? You see how you let them in? You let them in. There's no more stars being born, and you got to pay people based off bots. I know your money ain't as fluid as it was in 2006 to 2016. You ain't about to tell me it is. You ain't about to tell me it is. But hey, you let Remick in. This is where we at on YouTube right now. Sad, and everywhere we go, Remick go and start looking like TikTok. Start looking like Shorts. Start looking like Facebook. Damn. Get yourself together. Get your mind right. Get your mind right. Get your mind right.